Hello everyone, it is a pleasure to be able to talk to you today about the fantastic new addition to the Scouting family, Squirrel Scouts. I'm going to give you an update on squirrels from both HQ and our county. I'll then talk to you about the various models that have been used during the pilots. I'll also talk to you about the Squirrels badges and programme, which will include the 15-week starter programme. I'll talk to you about how to run a squirrel dray and how to start a squirrel dray. There will also be the opportunity at the end of the presentation to ask any questions that you may have. So I'll start off by giving you the latest update from HQ. So far there have been 545 expressions of interest received since launch day. 51% of those are in IMD 1 to 5 areas, 28% of those are in IMD 1 to 3 areas, and there's been 437 squirrel drays that have been registered on Compass. And in Merseyside, we have a total of 12 expressions of interest received so far. 10 have been accepted, 2 groups are awaiting a decision from the District Commissioner, and 5 squirrel drays have opened. Out of the 9 counties in the northwest of England, we have the second highest number of drays in the expression of interest process. Throughout the pilots, 3 different models were used. The current rollout for squirrels is for the Scouting-led model only. The Scouting-led model is where the squirrel dray is part of a conventional scout group that already has volunteers with a scout background. The partner-led model is when a section is run through an early years partner such as a nursery or school. Partner-led groups are slightly different from conventional scout groups in that the adult volunteers don't necessarily have a scout's background. The family-led model is where a family member stays with their child and gets involved with the program. The squirrel leaders take the lead on the program planning to make sure that the scout element and the promise is covered, along with matching the early years foundation stage goals. Family scouting has been running in the US for a number of years, where they found 75% of parents go on to take up leadership roles and 61% of the young people are new to scouting. In the family-led model being trialled through the early years pilots in the UK, parents and carers are asked to come together and take the lead delivering the program to their children. A scouting volunteer supports the unit, providing coaching for the parents to enable them to deliver program resources and linking the unit to other local opportunities and activities across the Scout district. Membership is expected to be between 6 and 10 children per unit during this phase of testing. The pilots have shown that working with younger children opens up new opportunities for adult volunteer recruitment, especially parents. New volunteers have shown an interest in supporting Scouts beyond the pilots and across different roles. The family and partner-led models are still being tested. However, if any future leaders would like to trial a family-led model, they will need to contact the early years team directly and not go through the expression of interest route of the startup process. I'm now going to talk to you about the Squirrels badges and programme. The Chief Scout Acorn Award is the highest award that the squirrels will achieve before they move on to beavers. There's a little acorn at the bottom centre of the badge which you ensure they will love. To earn this award, the young people will need to complete all 4 of the challenge awards as well as any 2 activity badges. It shows that they've had adventures, helped friends and learned new things. It's their big achievement. The challenge awards are made up of 4 requirements and are as follows. All about me. It's what makes you unique and learning about those around you. All about adventure. It's exploring the great outdoors. All around us is finding your place in the world. And all together, it's about working together and being a good friend. It wouldn't really be Scouts without lots of activity badges, so here they are. The Squirrels curriculum has been designed with lots of consultation and research and uses a similar structure to the existing sections. There are 12 activity badges and each is made up of 3 requirements. The full requirements are available on the website. There is also a 15-week Squirrel starter program linked to the badges to get the new squirrel dray off to a great start. Each session The squirrels will work towards a badge. If the 15-week starter program is followed, the squirrels will complete 5 badges in their first term. The badges that they will earn are as follows: the Membership Award, the Get Creative Activity Badge, the Feel Good Activity Badge, the All Together Challenge Award, and Stage 1 of the Emergency Aid Staged Activity Badge. As mentioned earlier, each badge has a set number of requirements. On the website and for each badge you will find 1. The requirements for the badge, 2. The different activity ideas for each requirement, and 3. A number of specific activity plans to achieve each requirement so the young people can achieve their badge. With regards to stage badges, there hasn't been anything new added for squirrels. However, if they are age appropriate, squirrels can start on the staged badges. The early years team has ensured every requirement has an activity to go with it. Squirrels can meet these requirements in other ways or with their own activities, but there is something there for the leaders who may need a bit of help or want to pick up and run with a ready-made session. All the activities can be found on the activity finder on the website, which all squirrel leaders on Compass will have access to. Okay, so what makes squirrels squirrels? Squirrels use the same scout structure like the other sections. The ratios are different, but we will go into a bit more detail in a later slide. We would like there to be at least 2 young leaders included in each new squirrel section where possible. A community impact project must also be included into the program. You may note there is no formal peer leadership structure, and again it's due to being age appropriate. The program aims to grow peer leadership organically, with leaders seeking an opportunity for Squirrel Scouts to lead. Currently, there must be no camps or overnight stays. The first camp trial has taken place with 2 more planned. The early years team want to look at all safety and safeguarding considerations with regards to overnight experiences. I have previously been asked about the times of squirrel meetings. After looking on social media for the most popular timings, I have found that the 2 most popular meeting times are 4:30 to 5:30 and 5 to 6. The second most popular meeting times are 5:15 to 6:15 and 5:30 to 6:30. And the third most popular meeting time is 9:30 to 10:30 on a Saturday morning. The sessions in the pilots have mostly been 1 hour long. This is shorter than many other sections, but seems to work best for this age group. How a meeting runs will be different for everyone, and it's up to the individual leaders, but there are some things that make a squirrels meeting unique. The opening and closing ceremony will give the young people a chance to feel welcome and part of the group from the start. It is the ideal opportunity to get everyone together to welcome them in and say goodbye at the end. Stories are something new that have worked brilliantly in the pilots. The stories link with the activities and help grab the young people's attention. The activities have been specifically designed to be aimed at 4 and 5-year-olds. They vary from arts and crafts, cooking and campfire activities, to community support projects like litter picking or residential home visits, global learning about cultures and celebrations, and outdoor activities such as hikes. The games being used are the same as for beavers, but there have been a few new ones added for the squirrels that are age appropriate. The Scout promise is the same promise as beavers use, and you can find all the different variations on the website. The Squirrels program should include child-led learning, a focus on participation over achievement, which is slightly different than some of the other sections. The sessions should be adaptable and flexible, and follow the same structure as other Scout sections, for example, beavers and cubs. And lastly, but most importantly, it's all about having fun, trying new things, and learning while doing. You are giving the young people a chance to start their journey learning new skills for life. How a meeting runs will be different for everyone, and it's up to the individual leaders, but here's an example of how some of the squirrel drays have ran their meetings. The opening ceremony. One of the welcome songs that some of the squirrel drays have been singing is the Hello Song, which is a common welcome song used in other early years settings. It is a song that most of them will be familiar with. One of the stories that some of the Squirrel Drays have been using is The Hike by Alison Farrell. This story is also recommended in week 1 of the 15-week Squirrels Starter Program. There are many stories available in the Activity Finder, but the leaders can also find their own stories from a library or YouTube. It doesn't have to be the exact story that has been provided for the session, but as long as it's a story that discusses the aims of the session, it will work well. Here is an activity that some of the squirrels have been involved in. Some of them have then pretended to toast their marshmallows over their model campfires. While some of the lucky ones got the chance to do it for real. Here is an example of some of the games that the squirrels have been taking part in. There are plenty of games available in the Activity Finder and in the 15-week Squirrels Starter Program. The dray ends with a closing song, which is similar to the popular welcome song, and again, this is usually sung together. As mentioned earlier, here is some information regarding ratios. It is 1 to 6 inside, 1 to 4 outside, with a minimum of 3 adults at any time. At least one of these adults must hold a full appointment. By outside, we mean away from the safety of the outdoor space at the hut or centre. It is when you are out and about, such as if you had taken them on a walk to the local woods. A maximum of 24 squirrels in a squirrel's dray. However, the early years team recommends starting with a dray size no higher than 16 young people so that the leaders are given the time to learn and grow the section. And at least 2 young leaders involved in each section, again, where possible. The training is the same as any other volunteer roles in the other sections. However, Module 3, Tools for the Job, is the only part of the Wood Badge that will be different due to it being section specific. There is also an early years foundation stage recommended module that can be completed, but this is not compulsory and isn't currently part of Module 3. There is no training required for parents or carers. However, parents or carers must be DBS checked if they help more than once a month, and if they are to have unsupervised access. The same applies for anyone else supporting on an ad hoc basis. I mentioned in an earlier slide about IMD, Index of Multiple Deprivation. The IMD is a tool used for targeting services to help tackle deprivation. It provides a means of identifying the most and least deprived areas and to compare whether one area is more deprived than another. The Index of Multiple Deprivation ranks every small area in England from 1 being the most deprived area to 10 being the least deprived area. The IMD status of each Scout group can be found on Census or at gov.uk, on the Ministry of Housing, Communities and Local Government web pages. Alternatively, if you send me an email, I will be able to let you know what IMD status your group is in. We are very keen to continue reaching out to families who are new to Scouts, and we feel this is an ideal opportunity by extending the offer of Squirrels to the Scouting family. By growing in this way, we are able to offer more children the opportunities Scouts offers so well and make an impact on our young people. We want to reach more communities in IMD 1 to 5 and diverse communities. To help support this goal, HQ is offering a startup grant and Scout store discount on uniforms to new Squirrel Drays opening in IMD 1 to 5 areas. The startup grant is currently £500 and the uniform discount is 30%. It's also a great chance to expand our volunteer numbers. Nearly half of all volunteers are parents and carers of young people, So by welcoming more young people, we will also be able to welcome new volunteers. To make opening such a large number of new units possible, we're utilising the cohort approach and following a staggered approach to opening new drays. A cohort will be made up of leaders from 10 squirrel drays anywhere in the UK. The idea is that reflection and learning can be shared across a wide area, so we can continue to improve and learn, and ultimately continue developing squirrels with our new groups that open. The cohort will be supported by a cohort coach, who will help with the planning and preparation to open a new provision that's safe and delivers a high quality programme. Okay, so let's now have a look at the process you need to follow if you are interested in starting a new squirrel tray. The first thing to do is to complete the group readiness checklist with other members of your group. This is a 12-point checklist and it is available on the website. If you have trouble locating it, please let me know and I will email it to you. Once this is done, the next step is to discuss the interest of opening a new squirrel tray with your district commissioner. Your district commissioner will make the overall decision on whether the group is ready to open squirrels or not. Then the expression of interest form will need to be completed on the website and submitted. This will go directly to the HQ team. Again, if you experience problems locating it on the website, please let me know and I will email you the link. Once the expression of interest form has been accepted, the HQ team will make contact with an invitation to the Welcome to Squirrels sessions. These sessions will provide all the information needed to get the new squirrel tray up and running and what the next steps and actions should be. They will also assign the new leaders to a cohort and provide the details of their cohort coach who will support them through the process. There are a number of ongoing support tools to help new squirrel leaders run squirrel meetings, like bite-sized sessions covering specific topics or networking opportunities with other squirrel leaders. There are lots of tools and support for opening new sections on the Scouts website. The Brand Centre is also a great place to get flyers together and save so much time. There's a lot of new squirrel-specific digital tools and downloads available, which include things like PowerPoint templates, badges, videos and images. Squirrel-specific support will be available through the lock pages on the website, which all new squirrel leaders will have access to. There's also a dedicated Facebook page called Welcome to Squirrel Scouts. It is managed by the early years team and is a great opportunity to gain inspiration and allow you to network and share ideas with other squirrel leaders. One commonly asked question is regarding insurance. The age of insurance has been lowered to include 4 and 5-year-olds, so your current insurance will automatically cover a new squirrel tray. Young people can only join squirrels after their 4th birthday. We don't have the same system as the beavers, where they can start 3 months before the 6th birthday. However, like the other sections, there is flexibility when it comes to moving up to beavers. Thank you for listening to me today. I'd be delighted to answer any questions that you may have. Thank you for providing me with the opportunity to talk to you today. Please contact me if you require any further information.